You want to kick it off?
Let's go. The odds couple week
8.
8. Wait for this is a partnership. I was waiting for you to kick in. All right. Well, you've got a fired up Christina tonight after a long work day, so this will be a fun Zoom YouTube, and you got me after a couple of beers. So this
I was just about to say, and Mike with a couple of beers, so this will be interesting.
Who knows where today's show could go?
And I went 2-2, and
we went 1-3 thanks to the freaking Giants stabbing me, and then that was another bad pick. I think it was the under on Arizona that I took the over and it went under because the Cards have been going a lot of over. So those were 2 for sure, but I stuck it up.
All right. Who do you like for your first pick?
All right, first pick. I am going with, I think we're joint agree on this. We're going to take the Bengals at -2.5 at home versus the Eagles. I'm still not sold on the Eagles. Even though the Eagles have a 4-2 record, I don't feel like they're that good personally. However, they're typically a team that can go on some runs, so maybe. But the Bengals are a friggin' juggernaut with their offense right now.
Oh, yeah. I would say Bengals. For that reason, I think Burrow is getting in his groove. I think they got to figure it out defensively, though. But they're playing in Bengal land, so I'll take home field advantage for the Bengals. The Eagles are not 100% consistent yet, so that's why I'll say Bengals -2.5.
I like it. We're on the same page. What you got? Numero deuce.
I think we're on the same page with this. The Packers at the Jaguars. I was going to call them the Pagwars. Anyways, so the Packers at the Jaguars.
Who had a couple of beers?
So Packers are just really, really good. And Jaguars are, I don't think, really, really good. I don't think they're very good. And I know they're playing at home, but I think the Packers got a phenomenal defense, actually. So, and then, Jordan Love can play. The receivers are pretty good. So that's why I'm going Packers -4.
I like it. So they prove it a little differently. They've been on a roll. They've been running.
Yeah.
Can't say they haven't. All right. My next pick was going to be Commanders +2.5 at home versus the Bears. Bears have looked really good. I think they're playing some good ball, but I think Commanders at home getting 2.5. Somebody knows something I don't know, because I don't know. Jalen Daniels is a freaking stud, so.
I don't know if he's playing, though. They said he's week to week, so we'll see. But
That's right. He had that.
Marcus Mariota looked like he was Marcus Mariota up and coming, so maybe it has something to do with the offensive coordinator. Yep. Who knows? But for my third pick, I'm taking the Patriots. So it's the Jets at the Patriots, and the Jets are favored -7. I don't think they'll cover. The Patriots do have a really, really good defense. I will say that. They're a little scarce on their offensive ability to score, but they can stop people. And the Jets have been a mess. I don't know why everyone's so high on Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's good, but he's not Tom Brady good. You know what I mean? He's just not Tom Brady good, where you're old and you can go somewhere else and win a championship. That was not happening with the Jets. I don't even think Brady could do that. I mean, that's probably why he didn't go, because even though he is the football Jesus, he couldn't do it. He couldn't create miracles.
And the Jets, like you said, are a dumpster fire, and you love to hate Aaron Rodgers anyway, so it seems fitting.
Karen Rodgers. I mean, literally. So then it comes out that right when Saleh got fired, they had demoted Nathaniel Hackett to where he couldn't call the plays anymore. And then literally right after that, he gets terminated, and Nathaniel Hackett is who Aaron Rodgers wanted to be brought in. So you're telling me Aaron Rodgers had nothing to do with it?
Yeah. There's a history there of he has nothing to do with it, yet he does.
He said the same thing with Mike McCarthy. When Mike McCarthy was let go in Green Bay, I have nothing to do with it. I love Mike McCarthy. Did ya? Did ya?
You're on fire tonight. Fire. All right, my next pick was going to be, they hosed me last week, so it's not about the Giants. This is more about the Steelers. I said last week, which was one of the ones I won, they were underdog, and they ended up covering. They're going to not be so good when they are favored. That's my position in history, especially to be favored by 6.5. I know they have a great defense. However, I do think that they don't usually perform well because they always play to their competition. It's the same conversation I had last week. They're going to play down to their competition, and they're not going to cover 6.5. So I'm going with the Giants plus 6.5.
So I'm actually staying away from who wins or loses that game. I'll be rooting for the black and yellow, but I'm just going to go with the over, 36.5. As Pittsburgh shows they can score defense and offensively, whether they're playing with Wilson, they can score through the air, or if they play with Fields, because he scores all the touchdowns anyways. Like, I think he had all of the rushing touchdowns up until a week ago. Fields had for the Steelers. So every touchdown that was a rushing touchdown was done by the quarterback. So, I think the over of 36.5, even though they'll ugly it up, and Giants do play ugly too.
Yep.
I think there'll be some scoring happening.
Yeah, it'll be a good game because the Giants have had a pretty good D. I don't know what happened last week, but maybe they're just getting exposed on their defense.
Yeah, I don't know what happened last week. I didn't watch. All I know is they had their starters. The Eagles had their starters sit.
That was not a good game.
When Saquon could have even run for more of a record, he decided, no, let the young guys eat. So he sat down, he didn't play anymore, and the Eagles ran all over the Giants.
That's right. My concern is, are the Giants back to what the Giants where I said I would never take them again? Are they back into that mode right now? Because if so, I'm in trouble with my Giants.
Are they back to being really, really bad?
Exactly.
So...
What's your number 4? Because we're the same.
That was my number 4. We did 4.
Got it.
It's those beers.
What were the two that we had together?
The two that we had together were the Bengals and the Packers.
No, I didn't.
Had the
yeah, you're right. We did that with the Packers together. I couldn't remember which one we had together. That was your job to remember the two, and you did it. Good job.
All right. Because I said we're in agreement on the Packers. And, so bonus, I'm going to do college.
Okay.
Ohio State is going to be they have their week off. They're going to be a little bitter from the 1-point loss. So I'm not going to do who wins, even though I think they're going to win. I'm going to do the point total of 48.5. I'm going to say over because I say Ohio State drops 48.5 by themselves on Nebraska by the third quarter. So
I like it. I think that's good. I do like that. Nebraska got their friggin' wiped off the map last week too.
Yeah, I think everyone's like, oh, watch out for them this year. I think it's Indiana in that could be the sleeper one in the Big Ten. But I still don't think Indiana can hold a candle to the two at the top now at the Big Ten, which would be Oregon and Ohio State. Penn State's up there too. We'll see what happens with Penn State and Ohio State. I think that's next week.
Hard to trust them. Yeah, just by annual history of that. I'm going to take a morning game, and I am going to take... Who else I was going to take? I'm going to take... Maybe 6-0. I want to take the 12.5 points versus Notre Dame.
Wow.
Way off base there, but Navy has been rolling, and I'm rolling the dice. I don't think they're going to win, but Notre Dame's kind of a freaking hit or miss. Like, even though I know they're 6-1, but they sometimes look good and they sometimes don't.
That is very, very true. I'm looking for Miami, just for shits and giggles, what Miami is. There it is. Miami minus 21 over Florida State. Oh, wow. I'm just going to watch that one.
I think but Miami's got a good chance because Florida State.
They should, but you know what?
I know Miami's defense is garbage, but good Lord, Florida State's offense is terrible.
Yeah. Well, that is what, normally before it's always their defense that has kept them in. I'm not used to a Miami team without a defense, but yeah, that like last week they couldn't stop Louisville at all. Like I was like, Jesus.
It was like almost 100 points scored that game.
I'm like, yeah, it was 90 something. And what did we say the over under was 55 and a half or something like that? 56. And then they almost doubled it. It was like 51 to 42 or something like that. It turned out to be, really, they did cover because they were covered. I said 5.5, so I did get that one. But I don't know about 21 points, even though I think Cam Ward still should be, like, he had a phenomenal game. I still think he's still my favorite for Heisman, so we'll see. But I think the lock would be the over for me in the Ohio State game because they're playing a team that doesn't really put up a big fight, and they usually have an avalanche of scoring third quarter. That's their quarter.
I just don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards, like, as crazy as that is, Illinois catching 21.5 against Oregon. I don't know, but it's in Oregon though. So, but I don't think you can lay down on Illinois. Although I've seen them put some stinker games up in the past too. So
yeah, well,
hard to say.
It is what it is, and Bama's not coming on strong. Georgia's back up. Texas is back down. Georgia's back up. That's great. College football is going to be a lot of fun this year.
What do you think about Michigan State? It's in Michigan, -4 for Michigan. That's obviously those are those big step-up games, right? Kind of Penn State, Wisconsin's a big rivalry too. So.
Well, yeah, it's a Big Ten versus Big Ten, and that's like a mini rival.
Yeah.
Little brother, with Michigan State usually being the little brother. But this Michigan is not dominant. Like, the transfer portal has created a lot of parity in college football. I love it. Yeah. But yeah, Michigan is not, they're most likely not going to make the playoffs, which I find shocking, but they lost pretty much their team last year to the draft.
They lost a lot.
So, and there's a couple that changed to Ohio State. They wised up.
Oh, Lord. Like, you just better hope they make the playoffs. I know you're...
Huh?
You just better hope they make the playoffs because everybody's like, they're guaranteed to get in because they're an expanded playoff. Well, you better hope that they do. That's all I'm going to say.
So Ohio State?
Yeah.
Oh, they're making the playoffs.
Okay.
They have to lose like 4 more games. I don't see it like schedule.
God.
They're not going to lose 4 more games.
Two losses knock you out. That's what I think.
Actually, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if a few of them make it in with 2 losses, especially if they're 2 losses for people that are ranked. Like if you're playing, like if Texas loses to another ranked team, like in the top 10, I could see Texas still making it.
Yeah.
Alabama might be on the cusp but if they lose another one, they're going to be out.
Yeah, you're probably right. 3 losses probably knocks you out. 2.
Like FSU, we thought, okay, 2 maybe, but then when they lost 3 and then 4, we're like, what the hell happened to them?
Yeah, and I think 2 losses almost is like the 1-loss teams, right? Like last year, like you're
right. Because last year you could have still made an argument for a lot of those 1-loss teams to still be in the playoffs because the only team that. And I know you're going to be like, whatever. The only team Ohio State lost to last year was the team that won the Natty, and they lost by 3 fucking points.
The sass is coming out. I love it.
And I'm like, how did they not make it? And some of these other teams did when clearly that would have been a really good, like, talk about ratings. You have the game again as the Natty. I mean, come on.
We're gonna rename your name and I'll put it on the channel next week as Christina Sass. That is sassy.
All right, I think that's it for our bonus picks, though, as we've
Okay.
gone on a college football rampant now.
Alright. Well, go get your workout on because that's clearly not what I'm doing tonight. So you
All
go
right.
do your thing.
All right, guys, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
See ya. Bye.